Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stephanie's Random Reacts, where today I'm doing something completely different that I usually do. And before I start, you're probably wondering where I've been. For the past month, I've not been well at all. I've not been in and out of hospital twice, and been dizzy. I've not eaten anything in 3 weeks. I'm eating now, I'm okay now, so I'm back to do reactions for yous. So I'm starting back with a random reaction. You're probably wondering, even though you'll see the title of it, you'll know what it is, but you're probably asking yourself, well Stephanie, what is this reaction? Get to that. Well, the video is Pokemon Nuzlocke. I've never done a Nuzlocke in my life, but it says, I attempted my first Nuzlocke, and it's by Jaiden Animations. I'll drop her link in the description above for yous, so you can visit her channel. I actually put the video in, but this is her first Nuzlocke. Like I says, I've never done a Nuzlocke, but I know some of the rules from it. I think it's like, when you get a Pokemon, you have to name it straight away so you can get attached to it. Then every route you go, you're only allowed one Pokemon. And if that Pokemon faints, is dead, you can either release it or put it in a spare box, like all the dead Pokemon are, kind of thing. Then that'll keep the count of all the Pokemon that's died. But if all your Pokemon faint, that's game over. You've lost that Nuzlocke. I think that's the rules there. But I've never seen a Nuzlocke. I've only seen like people saying in it, like Pokemon Diamond Nuzlocke or Pokemon Sword Shield Nuzlocke or whatever, or Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlockes. I'm like, what? I know what a Nuzlocke is, I know what a Nuzlocke is, but I'm just scared to try it. Because knowing me, I'd either power my Pokemon up too high and they won't obey me, or all my Pokemon would faint. So, So let's jump into this and we'll see how Jaiden does with her with her first Nuzlocke. And after I watch her Nuzlocke videos, I might, I'm not saying I will, I might do a Scarlet and Violet Nuzlocke, maybe, for a Sword and Shield. Or maybe even, let's go Eevee Nuzlocke, no, let's go Pikachu Nuzlocke. I've not got Eevee, I've got Pikachu. Let's go Pikachu Nuzlocke. Or I've got Diamond and Pearl. I can do one of them Nuzlocke, so maybe, but I can't put it on stream. I wouldn't, so yeah. Let's jump into this anyway and see how she does starting now.
Within the Pokemon community, there's a set of self-imposed rules you can add to the games to make them more challenging, called a Pokemon Nuzlocke. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your Pokemon to get more attached to them. That means if you aren't careful, you can technically lose a Pokemon game under those conditions. I've wanted to do a Nuzlocke for the longest time. I've started a couple in the past, but never actually got to finish any because busy. But today's the day that all changes. I decided to make a video on my first full attempt at a Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke. Let's see how it went. After breaking free from the back of the moving truck my mom stuffed me in and introducing myself to the neighbor Brendan, the kid that I always thought was a monkey said that he heard screaming up ahead. Professor Birch is getting mauled by a level 2 Poochyena, so I let his Torchic out and she scratches the crap out of it. He gifts me Torchic for rescuing him, and I name her Teriyaki, my first Pokemon. Walking up the route more, I run into Brendan, who challenges me to a battle, where Teriyaki proceeds to also scratch the crap out of his Mudkip. Good job, Teriyaki. You're 2 for 2. Doing great. Professor Birch gives me 5 Pokeballs, and the Nuzlocke has officially started. I walked back up to catch my first Pokemon and ran into a Zigzagoon. Alright, not the best, but I can work with this. You know, I think we're gonna have a really awesome adventure. Dude! So Teriyaki one-shotted Zigzagoon with a critical hit scratch, but whatever. Contain your murder a little bit, alright, guy? Route 102 is right around the corner, and that's where I was able to catch Corn the Seedot. Look at us, couple of friends ready to take on the Hoenn region together. After watching the weird kid Wally struggle to catch his first Pokemon, I continued on to Route 104 and found a little Tailo in the grass. Aggressive and screams and hungry? Oh yeah, I know your name. In Petalburg Forest, a Team Magma grunt jumps
Ruby
some
and
random
Sapphire.
professor, so Ari and Teriyaki
Magma
peck his
versus
eyes
ice.
out. Oh, hello, Shroomish. I'm gonna name you Onion.
You catching
I make
that
it to
then?
Rustboro, and while getting
Aye,
ready to take
aye.
on Roxanne's
Ooh, got
gym,
the Pokemon you
Teriyaki
caught.
kills another Zigzagoon I was about to catch.
Oh.
What's your problem with Zigzagoons, dude? But it turned out alright, because she also ended up evolving.
Oops, second
Onion
minute.
was able to destroy Roxanne with ease, and we got our first gym
Teriyaki.
badge. Exiting the gym, we catch a glance that Team Magma is up to no good again. Something about
Yeah,
the
he's fun.
scorching earth or something. And this old man exclaims that they
Great
stole
on.
his Pico.
Aye, more people.
Here's your dog. Also, you're coming with me. The mayor thanks me by turning me
dog?
into his errand boy, and I arrive in Dewford to give a letter to
Or get
Stephen. Alright, what do we got?
Carry it of kids.
Ugh.
Oh, Mau Wow.
Okay, chomps. After finding Steven, it was time to take on Brawly,
He's
the
the
next
boss man
gym
now,
leader.
right? So-
Ari's a stone-cold killer and easily earned MVP in that fight. Things were going
I
well.
have
2
that
badges
question.
in, and the team is
You're on a route,
looking
you catch
good.
something,
On my way
you
to
go
the
in a
next
cave,
city, I
as a
caught a
different route,
tentacle
you
on the
catch
beach.
something. You come back out that same cave.
Squidward. And
minute.
after beating Team Magma and Brendan again in
Wait, what?
Slateport, it was time
that
again
cave,
to get
and you
ready
catch
for the
something
gym
again?
battle with Watson. But as I was fighting
you-
some
no,
trainers,
you already put
Chomps
something
the
out there.
Mawile got electrocuted a bit too hard and was killed.
Oh,
Jaiden,
Rat chomp.
let's battle. I want to show you how strong I am.
goodbye.
Okay. Ari, this is an electric gym. You're not allowed to fight in here, so you can just
Well,
wait outside.
Good, but Ari, good.
While battling the gym trainers, Onion evolved
And
into
they can
Breloom, and
steal
together with
Ari.
Teriyaki, they were able
Ooh,
to get
Onion.
another victory. Now we were riding high. 3 gym badges in, and no main
Teriyaki, no, a flying
casualties.
type kind of
With our
thing?
massive confidence,
Fire
we
type,
decided
there's
to
no
take
fire
on the
here,
Wind
it's
Straight
second.
family's challenge of beating all their family members.
I know it
I had
involves a
Squidward
fighting
out
type,
front to
though.
get him some experience, but we ran into some troubles with
Was that a
Grandma.
fighting type already then?
Oh god, it's gonna do a high jump
was
kick.
that
We can
fire?
take him out, but I need a clean switch first.
The Squidward no be squidgy enough, like. I know
So I had to sacrifice Hush
Aw.
Child the Whismer, but honestly
That
that was the
Hush Child.
safest move to ensure no one else died. Goodbye, Hush Child. You might be
Wait, did
missed.
you have to
While we were
sacrifice
heading
it?
to Fall Arbor, fighting some trainers,
Maybe you've
Ari
used a
evolved.
potion
Oh,
in
look
the
at my
battle.
big bird. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I don't know
We
if
were
you're
almost
allowed
to
use potions
town,
in
but
all
we had
battles,
to get through
but-
the sooty grass on 113. Oh, jeez.
Spender.
Alright, Barf, get in there with the rest of them. I
Barf.
walked into
Ah.
Meteor Falls to
Bleh.
see Team Aqua and
Bleh.
Team Magma arguing about water and rocks. Can I go?
Fire.
So get over here, Zubat. They kept complaining and I
Zubat.
had to go up the volcano they were blocking to fight Maxie, the Team Magma leader. That was a hard fight. Onion and Teriyaki were able to take out his Mightyena and Camerupt, but his Golbat hit hard. I ended up having to switch in Ari and double team up to win the battle. Not the most honorable
Ooh,
of
double team.
strategies, but it
Go back
worked
and use
and we're
double team
moving
tape,
on.
but-
On the way down the volcano, I ran into a match shop. Oh, hello there,
Ooh.
Chad. What? You're a female?
Everyone is here? Yes,
Did I
you hear me?
stutter? We
Yeah.
arrived in Level Ridge Town and started
Chad.
getting through Flannery's gym. During that time, Squidward was almost killed by a Fury swiping Kecleon.
Aw.
Oh my
One.
gosh, that does a
That's
lot of
5
damage.
hit.
Stop.
2. 3.
But when it came time
Right,
to
if you won,
battle,
well,
he
5.
pulled his
There's
weight
5,
and
he
more.
died.
Honestly, with the team, there wasn't
Wow.
much I could have done to Flannery's fire Pokemon,
5.
but
You're like
Squidward
6,
came
so
in
he's a
clutch
6.
by learning Bubble Beam, and it was all over for her. Badge 4? Under our
Nice.
belt. Brendan met up with us outside the gym to give us goggles so we could walk in the sandstorms.
Aye.
I found a claw fossil, and Anorith was born. I didn't know what to name it, so my friend named him
Did you add it to your
Gary.
team?
Now it was time for the 5th gym. After
Gary
some
and
training, Chad evolved into Machoke, and the team was leveled up. I started the battle with Ari,
Yay,
and after
Chad.
realizing I was in trouble...
Ooh, slacking. I love that in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that doesn't do a
I
lot
had
of damage.
5,000 CP slacking. Oh,
I
no.
managed to squeak by with more double teams. Ari was barely able to take out the first slacking, so when the second, stronger one came out, I knew I had to use a
Aye.
different strategy. I brought out Onion
Wow.
to leech seed it
I'm guessing
and try
the
and
second
get
one will
more
be
chip
stronger.
damage in, which worked, but he was also killed
Why
by
use-
Slacking's facade, which I thought he could
Seedot,
take.
why?
Chad was
No,
able to
Seedot.
finish off the rest of the
Leech seed.
fight, but that was the first death that actually hurt.
Oh,
I'm not crying.
Onion.
Someone's just chopping onions in here. But with every down, there's an up, and Corn stepped up and was ready to fill Onion's spot. While passing through Mauville again, Watson
Corn,
asked us to help him turn off the city's generator, and while down there I found a Magnemite.
Stone, didn't you?
You wanna come with? Okay. We kept on our way, catching Spurky the Electrike, and while fighting some trainers, Corn survived 2 very close calls. He took a Swords Dance boosted Fury Cutter by Ninjask, and a misclick from me, which resulted in him tanking a wing attack from a Talo. No, Corn, no!
Oh, gracias, no.
Dude, Corn, I'm so sorry. You're such a trooper.
Did it die?
Good news is Squidward evolved while training, so that's neat. We arrived in Fortree City, and this was a gym I was really nervous about. Not only did we not have a good team to take on a flying-type gym, but Winona's Altaria is notorious for sweeping teams if she sets up too many dragon dances. I went to the grass to train up the team, and the worst happened. Corn was killed by pin missile from a Zigzagoon.
Oh.
Wait, no. Stop!
Zigzagoon killed.
Corn!
Nuzleaf.
Corn,
Wow,
no,
Corn died.
Corn!
Rip.
You monster! How could you do this? Is this why you kept trying to kill all the Zigzagoons? I want to think that Corn sacrificed himself because he knew we were at too much of a disadvantage going into Winona's gym, and by opening up a space, we could get the type advantage we needed to stand a chance. With a heavy heart, I brought Zip Zap Zop the Magnemite to the team,
Zip, zap, zap.
and realized how much more grinding I was gonna have to do. I had to fight so many Merrills to get Zip Zap Zop on par with the rest of the team. You wanna know how many? The move Thunderbolt can be used 15 times before it runs out. And I had to go back to the Pokemon Center almost 6 separate times to refill it. Meaning Zip Zap Zop killed more than 80 Merrill that were living in that lake. Winona led with Swellow, which Zip Zap Zop was able to take out. But she immediately brought out Altaria, which made me very scared because I know she's got Earthquake on that thing. I didn't have a clean switch, and I knew no one on the team could take 2 hits from this Cloud Bird, so I ultimately decided that I'd have to have Zip Zap Zop paralyze it in exchange for his death. Goodbye, Zip Zap Zop. You weren't here for long, but your efforts will not be in vain. Oh my god! Somehow Zip Zap Zop lived the earthquake on 2 HP like a mad lad.
Earthquake when you touch it, but no.
Corn must have been looking down on us for that one, because there was definitely a 90% chance Zip Zap Zop was supposed to die there. With that string of luck, I was able to switch Arian for Zip Zap Zop to predict another earthquake, and started chipping away at the Altaria, which was not gonna be easy. She was already starting to stack up those dragon dances, which make her moves even more powerful, and I was legitimately sweating. But with what little luck we had left, Winona got greedy and tried to get in that last dragon dance, and that's when Ari was able to swoop in and snipe that kill. If that Altaria would have decided to attack at any point, she would have one-shotted anyone and everyone on my team. Thank you, Corn. You shined your photosynthesis onto us. From there, I was able to heal up Zip Zap Zop and sweep the rest of her team. The 6th gym badge was ours.
So I'm guessing you potioned it?
Outside the Safari Zone, I found a Duskull I was able to catch. I tried to have Gary on the team since resurrecting him from the dirt, but he honestly has, like, no moves that do damage, so I decided to replace him with Sin. We arrived in Lily Cove, and I tried fishing on the beach for a Pokemon, but Chad punched the Whalmer I reeled up too hard and killed it. We stormed Team Magma's base, and while trying to get the Master Ball they've got on the ground, an Electrode exploded and almost killed Chad, which was uncalled for. After beating their admin, they escaped into a submarine, and I went on to fight the next gym. Tate and Liza were the first double battle gym leaders, and I didn't realize until too late that I was just a tad underleveled for them. They don't have any more than 2 Pokemon, so I think we should be okay.
This game I have, I don't know if I finished it.
42?
I had my Game Boy, or Game Boy Advance it was.
Uh-oh. Sin and Zip
Zonda.
Zap Zop made a good duo, being able to confuse and paralyze them, but Solrock managed to get off a Sunny Day powered flamethrower in Zip Zap Zop's face, which totally killed him. That really sucked. He put in so much work for the team and really carried us this far. The rest of this fight's for you, Zip Zap Zop. Squidward came out, and together with Sin, were able to finish off the duo, getting us our 7th gym badge. Alright, Spurky, you're up. I think I single-handedly wiped out the entire water Pokemon population between Zip Zap Zop and Spurky. I went to Shoal Cave and caught Blubby the Spheal, and went out to take on Maxie one last time. For some reason, I didn't learn my lesson when being underleveled for Tate and Liza, because I was even more underleveled for Maxie.
Mightyena.
It doesn't go down? This fight was rough. Chad was able to take out his Mightyena, but I resorted to Squidward when his Crobat came out, and luck wasn't on my side here, because Squidward was killed by a high roll wing attack. The way Pokemon works is there's a small range of damage an attack can do. It's not actually the same all the time, and it's kinda based on chance. So even though it looked like Squidward could have lived 2 wing attacks, Maxie was able to get a low roll on the first one, and a high roll on the second, which was the death of Squidward. But it wasn't time to give up. We had to persevere. For Squidward. Ari came in and took out the Crobat, and lived on 1 HP when hit by Camerapt's Rock Slide. It was a tough battle, but we squeaked by. Barely.
Did we lose 2
After
then,
that
Ari?
fight, I needed to take a step back and seriously grind up the team again. If we were just a bit more underleveled, we would have been murdered. Blubby joined the team, and we got to work, eventually arriving in Sutopolis. Steven and the Sutopolis gym leader, Wallace, were there saying Groudon was in the cave because someone used the wrong orb and pissed him off. So I went in there, walked up to Groudon, and Master Balled him immediately. There's no way I'm fighting Groudon. Now get in the box. While fighting Wallace, Spurky was able to take out his Love Disc and Celio. Sin beat his Whiscash, and Chad finished off the Milotic. The team was perfect. And after obtaining our final gym badge, I knew we were ready for the Elite Four. We got through Victory Road. Wally tried to fight us for the last time, but he just needs to stop. We exited the cave, and there it was. The final challenge. Here we go. Sydney was up first, and honestly, he wasn't a challenge at all. Chad and Teriyaki were able to take care of his team with ease. Phoebe wasn't difficult either, with Sin and Blubby being MVPs. Glacio was a bit tougher. Teriyaki was able to take out her Glalie, and Spurky could handle her Celios, but her Walrein was the big problem. Walreins are thick, can tank a lot of hits, and can do a lot of damage. I would know, because I have one. I brought out Chad, and she was able to get in a good amount of damage, but she was ultimately killed by Blizzard. Sin came out to try and confuse it, but it broke through the confusion and landed a Sheer Cold. Sheer Cold is a one-hit KO move. It has a 30% chance of hitting the target, and will fail if the target Pokemon's level is higher than the user's. But even under all those conditions, it hit, and Sin was killed. 2 great team members, down and out. Chad was with us for so long and pulled so much weight, and Sin got us through some really tough battles. Even with those losses, we were able to finish Glacia off, and move on to the final Elite Four member, Drake. Drake's got a tough team, but we've got a Blubby, and she wanted revenge for her fallen comrades. She ice-beamed every single one of Drake's Pokemon. Just a straight-up massacre. And with that, it was on to the last battle. Steven Stone. I was legitimately nervous. I led with Spurky to take out his Skarmory as quick as possible, and Blubby was able to take out his Claydol and Aggron, but then came his Metagross. This might be the end. Metagross is Steven's strongest Pokemon, so I needed to hinder it as much as I could before it started doing serious damage. I knew his Metagross had Earthquake, which would definitely take out most of my team, so I had to have Spurky Kamikaze to get a paralysis off. Blubby came out again, and after a lot of hard work, finally beat the Metagross by spamming Surf. Teriyaki was able to finish his Cradily, and his final Pokemon was Armaldo, Gary's final revenge for getting booted from the team. I brought out Blubby because Teriyaki was pretty weakened, and after realizing she gets two-shotted by him, I knew she was gonna have to die. So with a heavy heart, Blubby pulled off her last Surf, getting Armaldo in the red, and was killed. Teriyaki, the Pokemon who's been with us from the start, who's seen her friends die in front of her, the OG, refused to let any more murder happen. Onion, Corn, Zip Zap Zop, Squidward, Chad, Sin, Spurky, Blubby, their zeros and ones won't go down in vain. One good kick to the head, and we did it. We completed the Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke. Teriyaki and Ari were the only survivors, but the whole team put in a lot of work to get us to number 1. A cheers to the true Mad Lads.
Wow. Jaiden Pokemon Ruby version IRCI. Directed Jaiden Animations. Nice. Well everyone, that was my reaction to the Jaiden animation. I attempted my first Nuzlocke. Wow. She did good for that first Nuzlocke. There was a lot of deaths in it. But the way you seen her like crying and all that, like I'm not crying, I'm just chopping onions and stuff. I don't know how I would fear by playing the Nuzlocke like that. If I get too attached to something, I'll be like, no. I'll be like that, and I don't know if I'd cry. But I would have to play by the rules. But like I did ask during it, if you're in the route, like, for the sake of it, just gonna make stuff up, like, Route 13 or something, you catch something there, then you go into a cave, that's a different route again, so you catch something in a cave, you come back out the same door you went in, can you catch something on that route again? Or does that not count because you already counted something? No, you already caught something on that route, but then you went in and out. And I don't think you're allowed to use legendaries, are you? Like when she caught Groundon, put it straight to the computer, because legendaries would be level 50, so it'd be too high, and it'd be easy to destroy the Elite Four and stuff with it. So, I don't know. But I might try my Nuzlocke. But I won't be doing it online or anything, or posting it and stuff, because I've not got the stuff to do that, like record me playing it and record the game and stuff. I've not got that type. But I watched, I don't know if Jaden's got 2 or maybe 3 or even 4 Nuzlocke's videos, I don't know how many. All I've seen, it was 2, I've seen 2, but I don't know how many she's got, so I'll just like take up Jaiden Animation Nuzlocke, see how much videos pop up. But anyway everyone, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like, a comment down below and subscribe. And I'll put Jaiden's Nuzlocke video link down in the description. And everyone, have a good day, good night, good week, good weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.